Hi, Mike Overy from the BDC Experts. Welcome to BDC Tune-Up Tuesdays. Subject matter today, centralized BDC. Now, this is a question I get asked regularly. Should we have a centralized BDC or should we have separate BDCs for multiple franchises? Those dealer groups out there where they might have anywhere from 3 to 20 to even more dealerships. My recommendation is always centralizing. Why? This is not a service department. This is not a showroom where we need inventory or we need technicians. This is an activity center. And the economies of scale are that if we have one BDC manager, BDC director, we can manage multiple stores. Now, I will say this to you. A lot of the centralized BDCs out there have a group of people, whether it be sales or service, and they have these people doing everything. That is not my recommendation, and I'll give you some examples why. I would have specialization. So let's say just for this exercise, we have 3 stores. I would have group 1 would be a group of people, whether it's 2, 3 people, depending upon the size of the store, and they are responsible to generate traffic and manage leads for store 1. I would then have another group of people, 1 or 2 people for store 2, and their job would be to generate traffic and manage leads for store 2. And store 3 would have exactly the same. Now they're in the same room, it's centralized, and the BDC manager is managing the activity of those 3 teams. Why do I recommend this? Now, they're all cross-trained and you can move them around, but for at least a 30-day period, I want them responsible for that store. This eliminates a lot of the concern of general managers. If you've got a general manager and they're in a multi-franchise location and you've got a centralized BDC, they're concerned that certain people in that BDC might be moving customers to what in their eyes competition, even though it's still within the group. When they have specific people working on behalf of them, responsible to them, then it's no different to having salespeople in a showroom. If you're in an auto mall and you've got salespeople in different showrooms, there is no difference. It's very, very important. Plus, if you have a centralized BDC where you've got everybody doing everything, what's going to happen is if you have a dealership that has a special promotion going on and there's more leads coming in, everybody's going to gear towards that dealership. And the other dealerships who may not have a strong enough promotion going on where we've got the flow of traffic, those dealerships are going to be basically left alone. They're not going to have the traffic generation that you're looking for. That's why they have to be specific to the store. It's important on that basis to have minimum standards for each location. You know that what we advocate is 8 appointments per day per sales BDR and around 35 plus for every service BDR. And we want that for each store. So we want to make sure that each store is getting their fair share of opportunity and traffic. Now, I know there's going to be some management concerns out there, sales managers and general managers, where they feel as though they lose control. But I guarantee you this, if you have a good BDC manager, you gain more control. Why? Because the calls are going to be answered consistently, they're going to be followed up indefinitely, and you're going to get more return on your investment. You have to have a consistent group approach as well. Don't you want all of your service appointment calls taken in a similar manner when you've got a group concept? Don't you want all of your customers to get a follow-up call consistently? Once you have a blueprint, it's now just a matter of replicating that blueprint on a day-to-day basis. One of the other benefits of this is it's very likely that you're going to need less business development people when you have a centralized BDC because there are crossovers. In other words, if you've got small volume stores, you might be able to have one person that's looking after 2 stores just because of the volume. Now, in the corporate world, in other industries, centralized call centers, centralized communication centers are common. They're one of the fastest growing departments or industries out there in the corporate world. So the corporate world are making these work, and we are as well in the car industry. If you've got multi-franchises and you're looking to have a really solid BDC, both in sales and service, look at the centralized piece of this because it can be very impactful for all of your stores. We are the BDC experts. We have the expertise. Stay tuned.